afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us today. A warm welcome to our partners from France and Denmark. It's a great time and a great achievement for these institutions, which have its own history. And when we look back at sएलआरआई and the Jesuit congregation, the history of it, we have a long-standing history with France. The founder, Saint Ignatius of Loyola and Francis Xavier, both were students of the University of Paris. So that is where they initiated their companionship, that is where they initiated the world. So we look forward for this collaboration and coming together to enrich the lives of a lot of students. And we hope that we will be able to make a very good contribution to this nation and to the lives of students. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you for. With the formal exchange concluded, I now open the floor to the members of the press for the question and answer session. Media, please.
sएलआरआई, how to cooperate. I'm not perhaps now speaking about Sorbonne University and Sorbonne Business School, but just to have in mind what is the motto of Sorbonne since 1253, so a very old university. The founder of Sorbonne said more than 7 centuries ago, say, we have to teach here and everywhere on the earth. So can you imagine the vision of the earth in 1253? So I have the feeling to continue to participate to this idea, developing relationship and teaching program here in New Delhi, in India, and with sएलआरआई.
Thank you, sir.
With you and to share these different moments together. Bordeaux University also is one of the most influential university in France and in Europe. She was created 6 centuries ago, nearly 6 centuries ago, and we are very happy to have this relationship with sएलआरआई. And we think that we have many things to share together with the Indian and French professors, students, staff. The world belongs to those who wanted to go further and together. And this is what we wanted to do with you, with sएlआरआई, to work together for our students, for our people, for our countries, to educate it and to participate and to build the citizens of tomorrow. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
We are loving working internationally. Thank you very much for welcoming us today. I'm looking forward that we are going to have a lot of cooperation and dialogues, how we actually can develop this program together, all of us. So you told that you have been here for 6 decades. I can say that I'm representing a system with more than 130 years experience. So I'm very happy, but also humbled to representing the Kingdom of Denmark in this round. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Professor.
We need a lot of affinities and things that will bring the best for the students overall in different scales, in different manners. But first, the most interesting between, I would say, India, France and Denmark is that with India there is this deep root love of knowledge. And people love to learn, they love to study, they want to improve things. And of course, nowadays we know that's not only with one country that you have the full knowledge. We need to cooperate, we need to have friends and to grow stronger. And of course, there are other nations who are interested on this. And sorry for that. And of course, we have France that also is rooted in knowledge, right? And the knowledge of most of the plants depended and was deepened with France throughout many centuries. With the example of the Sorbonne, the University of Bordeaux. And in this combination, we are not only bringing one university, like sएlआरआई is exploring bringing many partners, many opportunities for students who could be very difficult to access, because these are very hard institutions to get in. Not only that, it went beyond the innovation, bringing the Danish together. which is well known for the design, for the exploration. Danish people, they are very curious, but they do things extremely well. And with the consortium, the Danish consortium as well, it creates a unique mix that is not present anywhere in the world. So XLRI is innovating with these partners in here and giving a brilliant access to students, to knowledge, to experience, to a privilege that you take them, I think, friendships for the entire life, knowing the cultures and of course optimizing profession. So thank you again.
This collaboration because we are going to develop certificate courses and little by little more, perhaps a master degree at one moment. We have a range of master degree in Paris, and all the master degrees are located in several countries. Actually, we have 12 agreements in the world. With China, with Vietnam, with North Africa, in Algeria, for example. Next weekend I will be in Algiers to give a course in the MBA. So each professor of Sorbonne Business School stay 3 months, more or less, a year outside in these countries, teaching in French, in English, sometimes in Spanish. And concerning XLRI and India, we initiate a collaboration, and I am very happy to have also the Danish school with us, because we have done that, for example, in Vietnam. In Vietnam, we have a collaboration with Bologna in Italy, inside degrees. So after, it's under the coordination of XLRI, we are going to see which kind of courses. We have already discussed about the courses, about healthcare, as I said, about consulting, about digital leadership, or things like that. So after that, my idea today with XLRI today is to say and to see in which area Sorbonne Business School can support the existing degree of XLRI. So XLRI has a degree with a certain number of hours and credits. So we can say we are going to assume all additional credits to have the XLRI degree and additional credits and certificates from Sorbonne, for example. This is one solution. The second solution at one moment, after we have experimented this first option, is to say, okay, so inside a master degree, I'm going to take in charge the half of the courses, you are going to take in charge the half of the courses, and finally we are going to deliver a joint degree. So we are initiating a collaboration, and we are going to see little by little to which, in which areas, if we are continuing to develop certificates only, or if one day we go to a master degree. I suppose in some years we can have a joint degree, a common degree, in the area where we have experimented the certificate, and finally in the area where we think the students take the high benefit to have this collaboration in these two visions.
What about the placement that will be provided?
As you said, the plasma, I think, and it is also what us partners in other countries, is to help students graduate of the country to have a better understanding of the European context, and of course, it's for people who have the ambition to be international. This is the first target. The second target is to say, okay, perhaps I have not the ambition to be international, but perhaps what I learned with XLRI and some professors from the Danish school or from my school is something else to impact and modify the local companies. We were in China since 35 years. We are not doing agreement for 2 years or 3 years. The average length of my agreement actually is 20 years. So I'm going to try to do the same and to be at least 20 years or 30 years with XLRI.
really big.
I just not doing 2 years here, 2 years here. If I do only 2 or 3 years, it's not a good thing. We invest a long time in relationship, in discussion. It's not just to have only 20 students or 50 students and to go. So my ambition is to say, and it's also a demand from, for example, Chinese students. They want to learn from the French feeling of management in order to modify also the management inside pure Chinese company. Because they think that the management, we have the same concept in management. You have not a different ROE is learned in Danish system,
it's the same.
in France, so it's the same. So perhaps the critics on this ratio, the critics on this concept will be different from a country from the other. So we are going to say to students, okay, if you see all the books on that, they are saying the same thing. But me, I have perhaps a different vision.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.